Hey guys, Randall's here from Wearable Tech, and today we're having a look at the highest model in Fitbit's current range, the Fitbit Surge. So as you can see, this is the company's attempt at merging a smartwatch with a fitness tracker. On the back here we have very ominous green flashing lights, which probably aren't flashing for you on the video, but I can assure you that they in fact are. So this is for tracking your heart rate throughout the day, and it will basically keep an eye on your ticker to make sure everything's running along smoothly. So on the home page here, we can see a range of fitness details. We can see how many steps we've taken so far in the day, how our heart rate is currently doing, and the distance that we've gone so far, as well as how many calories we've burned. So a button press on the side will bring us to the main menu. Of course, this is mainly for tracking your runs, so they have put the run feature front and center here. So if we go into that, then you can see that we then have an option to choose free run, treadmill run, lap run, and that's it. If we go into one of these, then it will try and lock on to a GPS signal. Now, I took a quick demo run earlier, and I found that the built-in GPS on this device is fairly accurate. It did sort of throw me off of the road a little bit, but in general it was pretty good. So if we go along to exercise, we can track more of our general exercises. So in here we have hike, weights, elliptical, spinning, yoga, workout, and yeah, that's it. But if you go onto their website, you can alter these around. What I did find funny was there's not actually a built-in function for cycle riding. You can activate this on their website, but I did think that should have been included. If we move along a bit further, we come along to a timer option, which I'm pretty sure you can guess what this does. So we're not going to bother showing you that one. The alarms are interesting because with a device like this, you would expect them to put an alarm based on your sleep cycle. So devices like their main competitor Jawbone will tell when you're in a light sleep cycle over a deep sleep cycle, and then will try and wake you up in your light cycle as to make you not too shattered in the morning. But this is just a basic silent alarm which will go off when you tell it to, and that's that. The Fitbit does actually include sleep tracking, which can tell when you are in light and deep sleep. So I hope in the future they will enable this feature in a software update. Interestingly, my battery has not been too great on this device, but I do think that this is just a problem with this device in particular. So I'm going to have to get it repaired, but it does seem to only last about a day and a half, which it's supposed to last for about 7 days, and I've heard many other wearers of this device get in that battery life, so that's a bit of a concern for me. As for notifications, they will be found in the main screen up in the top right here. So the only thing you can get in here is just your text messages and your calls. Which is a bit of a shame. Like, people have a lot more connected lifestyles these days, so it would be nice to at least have the option of receiving your emails if you're out on a quick jog at work, and of course people who like to stay up to date with their Facebook and Twitter friends at the same time. So that's about everything with the device itself. So I suppose let's just move on to the app. So the Fitbit app is where Fitbit really comes into its own. As one of the very first fitness trackers to the market, they've had a long time to hone this app and work with many third-party partners to have a range of applications which work with this and a load of services which hook into it, such as MyFitnessPal. But Fitbit does offer a lot of the functionality what those apps offer built in. You can, if we move from the top, track all your steps, so it will do all of this automatically, and you can of course compare how you're doing throughout the week on a nice slick interface. If I was wearing the watch, then I could see my current heartbeat here, but you can see your average resting heartbeat under here, which should be between about 60 and 80 for a healthy male, a healthy person, sorry. So, I'm doing all right at the moment. You can see how many miles you've walked. So I need to up that a little bit. See how many calories you've burned today. So again, I need to work on that a little bit more. How many floors you've climbed. You can see how many miles you've run during your exercises that day. So this is where I wanted to show you where the GPS was slightly off. So I kept to this road around here, but it did track me for some reason running along in the middle of nowhere. It did seem as if it got more accurate as it went on, so I guess the device just picked up more of a GPS signal, which it did fairly quickly. It did say that it locked onto some before I started, so it's a bit of a shame that it didn't register me right on the road, but it's nothing too bad. We can see our run splits if you are a lap runner in here. We can also see whether we were hitting certain heart rate zones for those who like to improve your heart health. See how many calories and the impact that it's had on your day towards your goals, which is very useful for, again, keeping track of how you're doing. You can see how you slept. So if we go more into today, you can see that I woke 2 times last night. I was restless 8 times. And that was for a period of 20 minutes. But overall, I hit my sleep goal, so that wasn't too bad. You can also keep track of your water intake in here, which we all know is important. The only thing I'll say that's a shame in here is that you can't track your coffee consumption, which everyone knows is a diuretic, and so a lot of water trackers will allow you to compensate for drinking coffee and basically ask you to equal that out with water. Same if you're drinking alcohol. So that's a quick overview of the Fitbit app and what it will allow you to track in the app. Of course, you can do a lot more with third-party applications, as I've said, and you can go into more detail on their web portal. But it does the job, and it's a very impressive device from Fitbit.